Well, the other day a client got a patent, and I told them that now's the time that they have to put their patent number on the product itself or the packaging that it comes in. And they balked a little bit because it does cost money to redo your packaging, and if you don't have your machinery set up right to put the stamp on the product itself, it can be just a pain to get that done. But I told him a story about a portfolio I picked up about a year ago, and it quickly changed his mind. So I'm going to tell you the story now. So a year ago, I picked up a client that has a existing patent portfolio, and it turned out that in talking with them, I learned that their patent, and really a family of patents, have been adopted by and frankly copied by a large chunk of their industry. And to just kind of put this in perspective, the market for this particular line of products is over $100 million a year. Well, of course, they were quickly interested in enforcing their patent, as you would be in their patent portfolio. And so I went through the analysis of taking a closer look at the claims and taking a closer look at what's called the prosecution history, what happened in the patent office. Everything looked good until I got to the point of looking at their notice that they actually failed to place on their product or their packaging. And because they did not put a notice on their product or the packaging, under U.S. law, they cannot recover damages until everybody's on actual notice of not just the patent, but the infringement itself. Or they start actually placing the notice on their packaging or the product. So how do you give notice so that you don't make this $1 million or dozens of $1 million a year mistake? Well, while your patent's pending, put patent pending on the product. But the reason I like putting patent pending on a package as well as the product itself is because it's that subtle reminder that when your patent issues, you're going to need to put that patent number or numbers on the packaging or the product. So the proper way to put the notice, to put the patent number on your product is just quite simple. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? U.S., United States, patent number, United States patent number, abbreviated, and then you just list the number of the patent or patents that you got. So, and you want to list them all. So if that's a question that might come up. But it's pretty straightforward. So let's quickly review in this short video. Yes, if you have a patent and you want to get paid for it one day, you got to put a patent notice. By the way, this is sometimes called the marking requirement. And failure to give that notice on the product or the packaging results in loss of your rights to damages. If you're licensing your patent to someone else, since I touched on this a moment ago, make sure that there is a requirement in your license agreement for that manufacturer or whoever's selling the product or using it to put patent notice at that point that they're interfacing with their customer. So again, on the packaging or on the product itself. So if you have any questions, leave them below, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.